The Apple Watch is the best smartwatch of all time, and the Apple Watch Series 9 brings one of the largest updates ever to the Apple Watch. But there's one thing that instead of going forward, they're going backwards. So the main protagonist of the Apple Watch Series 9 has to go to Double Tap. Double Tap is basically a feature that lets you use your Apple Watch with one hand. You basically just double tap. Check it out.
I mean, it sort of feels like magic, but playing and pausing music just by literally a double tap, or in this case, movies. You know, there's a lot of instances like, oh, can you pause the movie for a second? I gotta go to the bathroom, or I want a drink or something. So literally, like, instead of finding your remote, where's the remote? It's just like, it literally feels like magic.
Now, this was a feature that I was waiting for ages to come to the Apple Watch, being able to control our Apple Watch with one hand. I mean, literally, when someone calls me when I'm walking my dog, it's literally such a mess that I just rather grab my iPhone and just, pick up, because previously I was like, trying to get my dog and then trying to answer with my nose. I mean, yeah, it was a mess. So now I simply answer my phone call with a double tap. There's a lot of times when I've got groceries in my hand, or maybe a cup of coffee in my hand, or maybe I'm just walking with my girlfriend at the park and I want to reply or answer a phone call, and maybe I'm just holding her hand, and it's just easier to use your iPhone. But now it's just way much more convenient to just double tap to answer a phone call or reply to a message. Now you can also interact with double tap by opening your smart stack, replying to notifications, or if you've got music playing, well, you can skip a song or play and pause a song as well. So if you're at the gym, for example, working out, and you're currently lifting with your right hand and you want to skip a song, previously you'd have to do this or leave the weight and then do this. Now it's just simply like double tap. I gotta be honest, like when I saw it at the Apple event, I was like, that's pretty cool. I'll use it once in a while. But I didn't know I was literally gonna be using it every single day. And the haters will say, well, that was already an accessibility feature. And let me tell you, you're wrong. That was an accessibility feature. This is not an accessibility feature. The way that the accessibility feature worked is totally different than what Apple has done here. Something else that I've loved using is the display, because it now gets up to 2000 nits of brightness. In other words, it basically gets really bright. I mean, just check it out. It's super sunny today, and it's such a perfect example to show you the 2000 nits on the Apple Watch. It's now got the same amount of nits as the previous generation Apple Watch Ultra, and that was the brightest display ever. Now the second generation Apple Watch Ultra has 3000, but it's so cool to have this much of brightness on a standard Apple Watch. I mean, it's super sunny and it's super bright. So the display now having that extra brightness and that edge-to-edge curved panels, and now with watchOS 10 being total redesign with apps going full screen, it makes the Series 9 now kind of have like this ultra experience. The Series 9 now also has on-device Siri, so you don't need internet in order to access Siri. So if you ask for a timer, it will do it instantly. If you want to skip a song, it will do it instantly. Before, the Apple Watch had to connect to the iPhone, and the iPhone had to connect back to the watch, and then the watch gave you the answer. And if you didn't have a good connection between both devices or the actual internet service, well, you kind of had a little bit of a slow answer. Now, if you ask for a timer, it's instant. Precision finding on the Apple Watch has gotten so much better, because it now literally guides me if I have to go left or right till I actually, here. Did you see? Did you hear that sound? As I get closer, it will actually give me a sound effect that's like, hey, I'm here. So voila, precision finding now on Apple Watch Series 9 is pretty cool. The Series 9 also now connects to health, but it's not really fully optimized yet. I really hope Apple fixed this. I currently have a smart scale, so I can ask my phone how much I weigh, and my iPhone will tell me, but the Apple Watch now being connected to health, it still isn't telling me. Whenever I ask for something as simple as how many steps did I walk today, it just simply opens up the activity app, and I gotta scroll down to see how many steps I did. So this in particular, I feel like still needs a lot of work. And probably the most groundbreaking change coming to the Apple Watch Series 9 is not a feature that honestly belongs to us, but it belongs to Earth, because now the Apple Watch Series 9 is 100% carbon neutral. Yes, you heard that right. 100% carbon neutral. I'm honestly so happy that with Apple's goal with 2030 being carbon neutral, they've made the Apple Watch the first ever carbon neutral product. They've done improvements everywhere in terms of materials, electricity, transportation, the actual packaging, which by the way, if you want to pick up the carbon neutral Apple Watch, well, you're gonna have to pick up the solo loop band. This band right here is 100% carbon neutral, as you can see right here, right there. And Apple still maintains their collaborations with Nike and with Hermes. And what's crazy about Hermes is that instead of just breaking the collaboration, Hermes has actually decided with Apple to stop making animal leather forever within their products. And in terms of features, that's it. That's all that's new with the Apple Watch Series 9, but hold on. Yeah. The Apple Watch has personally motivated me to be more healthy and active throughout the years. And fun fact, I'm going to the gym now. I mean, don't you see how fit I am? I mean, I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. I've actually subscribed to the gym with one of my best friends, Juan, which he's actually a professional soccer player. You're not ready for the one. So yeah, I've done a bunch of weightlifting recently, and I've tracked all of those workouts within the workout app on the Apple Watch, which keeps me up to date with all the calories burnt and what my current heart rate is. And this is why I love the activity rings on the Apple Watch so much, is that it's not only for the professional athletes or the professional gym bros, right? It's for someone like me as well. I want to start working out. I'm not like a professional workouter, a professional gym bro. I'm just trying to close my rings. I'm just trying to be a little bit more active throughout my day. And every day, it's so motivating for me to try to close my rings. I've also started swimming with my Apple Watch. Since the Apple Watch is waterproof, it allows me to track all of my swimming workouts. Swimming with the Apple Watch will tell you the distance you've swimmed, the pool length, how many laps you've done, the average calories burned. You get a bunch of info, and what surprised me the most is that it also tells you what strokes you've actually done. So whether you've done freestyle or breaststroke or mix. I mean, it's crazy to think about the technology that without you needing to tap anything, it does all of that automatically. I've also started cycling now, and now with watchOS 10, it lets you use your iPhone to see all of the metrics from your watch. Because when you're cycling, it's kind of dangerous to, do like this because, you might just fall. So you just snapping your iPhone to your bike, you'll actually be able to see all of the metrics there. So yeah, I'm happy and excited. The Apple Watch is always motivating me to live a healthier life with all the reminders that the activity rings give me daily. And I'm excited to cycle more. I'm excited to get way much more fit with my friend Juan at the gym. It's gonna be a good time. I love the fact that my Apple Watch is constantly reminding me to just stop for a bit. In a life that we're just constantly just going fast and so many things are happening and bombarded with so many notifications and stuff to do on work and life, the Apple Watch once in a while tells me like, hey, you should breathe. You should calm down. Log how you're feeling. Reflect on your life. And the mindfulness app does great at that. And now with watchOS 10, you can actually log your feelings. Now it might sound a little bit stupid, but going back and seeing all of the feelings that you felt with the monthly overview and seeing like, wow, I feel happy, or hey, at the beginning of the month for like a whole week straight, I said that I was sad, and you can kind of reflect on how you're feeling. Because yes, it's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's crazy to think about that with this little device, you can track all of your heart rate. You can even take an ECG right on your wrist, or you can even measure your blood oxygen level right from your wrist. And by far why everyone loves an Apple Watch is because of notifications. Receiving all of your notifications right from your wrist instead of your iPhone is for me one of the big and main reasons on why I love my Apple Watch. Because in an era that we're obsessed with social media and bombarded with notifications, I've turned off most notifications. So whenever I raise my wrist, I always know it's something important. And whenever, I stop using my Apple Watch and I'm just scrolling through a notification on my phone, it's so easy to always end up on Twitter or on Instagram. With my watch, I just reply to the message and just let it go and continue with my life. And one of the main reasons as well is because it's so customizable. Switching up your Apple Watch band or switching up your watch face is so easy. So depending on the day, depending on the outfit, depending on the dinner, I can switch my watch face, I can switch my band. I love the fact that it's so freaking customizable. You see, here's the thing. Reality is the Apple Watch does not have competition in terms of smartwatches like the iPhone does. The iPhone has the Pixel, Samsung, nothing. The Apple Watch Ultra has tons of competition with Suunto and Garmin in terms of action adventure oriented smartwatches. The Mac has tons of competition with PC, but the Apple Watch, the standard Apple Watch does not have competition, and that's the reason that why every single generation of Apple Watch, we're not having crazy advancements because the Apple Watch doesn't need it. The Apple Watch hasn't had crazy advancements for the past 5 years, apart from double tap, which I'm absolutely obsessed with, and it's totally changed the way that I interact with my Apple Watch. But reality is it hasn't had crazy features or crazy advancements like we've seen on the iPhone or on the iPad or on the Mac. It's reality. The Apple Watch hasn't had crazy advancements for the past 5 years, and what's crazy is that the Apple Watch is still the best smartwatch in the world.